Hello, you lovely, lovely people, and welcome back to the channel. And today's topic of conversation is going to be a few different things. One is challenging, or being challenged, being here, by various things. Another one is about drunken Filipinos. And the reason I'm saying that is because I didn't have an incident personally, but there was an incident here last night involving a drunken Filipino. So let's start with that first. Last night about 8 o'clock, I was just sat with my wife, and my wife said they're shouting outside. I didn't hear it. It's strange how these Filipinos and Filipinas can hear small sounds and pick up on it, but with dogs barking and chickens doing that, they just don't take no notice of it. I just don't understand that. Dog deafness and rooster deafness, I think it's called. But anyway, last night about 8 o'clock, shouting outside, and I said to me, don't go outside, just you know. But anyway, she went outside because she's very nosy, like many Filipinos are. And yeah, the guy was out there shouting and screaming on. I mean, really shouting and screaming on, and saying something about "caon ero," which means he's going to eat the dogs. I don't know whose dogs. Possibly could be mine, because mine's quite a fat dog. But anyway, he was shouting and screaming on. And I had to go out. So my wife said, don't go out just yet, because he's shouting and screaming on across the road. I said, Miras, I've got to go out. So anyway, this guy went in the house. Right now, so I went out. I had to go to Pinyan, to get some bits and pieces for this morning, for early morning. And what happened, I come back, and in front of me was a police car, or a police van here. And it was full of police in the back. There's 8 or 10 policemen in the back, 2 in the front, and they were in front of me. And got back to me, and yeah, they were going to that house. So, of course, my wife's out on the front. Everyone's on the front here. All the neighbours are outside watching, and shouting and screaming on, and the policeman obviously talking in Visaya. And I said to my wife, what are they saying? And she said, oh, they just telling him to go, in the house and sleep. So anyway, he went in the house. Police went. Oh, he come back out, didn't he? Screaming, vomiting everywhere, trying to kick and he come out with a knife. He come out with a knife. I thought, oh my God, here we go. And he's normally very quiet. This guy, he is the brother of the sister who lives in America, and she built a house here, and I think he's been staying in there sometimes. Now, I've seen him a couple of times at the little sari shop, and he's normally a quiet guy, which they normally are, without drink. They're normally very quiet. Anyway, the police were called again. Don't know who called the police. I think it was the person next to him on the opposite side of the road. Anyway, they come and they arrested him. Oh God, what a commotion. Shouting, screaming. Anyway, they just picked him up. And I mean, manhandled him. And just chucked him in the back of the car, gone. Now, I got up early this morning and I noticed he was there. He was outside, just sat on the step, very quiet, head down. So I don't know. Anyway, my point of the story is how having that one drink too many can just change you into like a Jekyll and Hyde. Because as I said, I've seen him many times before, well, a few times, and he's always quiet. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Our friend. He's normally okay. Because he normally goes to the shop and buys cigarettes. Because here you can buy them singly, like a 1 stick, 2 stick, however many sticks you want, without buying a full packet. And he's normally very good. But, last night he wasn't. So I don't know what happened. They said the police took him, but he was back early this morning, so I don't know. Obviously not charged, I don't know. But probably just took him in the police station and just made him sleep it off. But in my country, and I'm sure in a lot of countries in the West. If you come out with a knife, then that's a very, very serious offence. You know, in England, you'd be locked up, you'd be caught probably the next morning and probably on remand until sentencing. Here, no. Very, very odd. And the next topic I want to discuss a little bit, challenging situations. Now, challenging situations as in bank transfers, international bank transfers, and contacting your bank. Now, I've been waiting for an international bank transfer. It was sent out from America last Friday, the 21st, but obviously that's the 22nd here. And it was sent from California, so I don't know, what are they, 14 hours behind the Philippines. And normally, the money hits my bank on a Tuesday. Well, it wasn't there yesterday. It's only a small amount of money. It's not a big amount of money, very small. But that's irrelevant. It could be a big amount. But it's a small amount of money, and it's normally in my bank account Tuesday or Wednesday, today, at the latest. Not arrived. So I thought I'd just phone the bank up, the customer care, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, we can't, we only are limited on here. You've got to phone your branch up where I opened up the account. Well, I opened up my bank account in Misamis Occidental in Calamba, which is quite away from here, Dipolog. So they said, business hours 8:30 till 5 or something. So I waited till 8:30, phoned them up, no answer. Kept trying, no answer. Anyway, eventually, I think, I don't know, 9:15 or something, 9:30, I got through. What a lot, honest to God, guys, really. Yes, sir, how can I help you? Blah, blah, bank account number, my name, things like that. Problem, told them the issue. So they said, well, it should be in the same day. And it hasn't arrived. I said, no. I said, it's an international bank transfer. I said, it always takes in my bank 2 or 3 days, generally, not counting the weekend. So it was sent late Friday night. It was sent about, about 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. on Friday night. So obviously that's not a banking day, is it? It's past the banking day. Anyway, the long and the story goes, the lady was very helpful. She was very helpful, but they can't tell you if there's a problem with the with the international bank transfer, if it's been stopped, if it's been blocked. Whereas in England, they would, because I've had this before in England, and what they do, because you can have like a reference number, and you give them the reference number, they trace it. No, it's fine, so it just hasn't arrived to the bank yet. My friend, are you back from Manila? Yeah. So, yeah. So here, really, you can't really find out what's going on as such with your bank. It's just a waiting game. But bank transfers, don't. In my experience, between 3 and 4 business days. So maybe tomorrow it could be in, but tomorrow will be the latest it's ever arrived. It's concerning, not because of the amount of money, because it's only a small amount of money, but it's concerning when you wait for international bank transfers and it's not as clear cut here, I don't think, or you can't get the assistance that you need or the answers that you need clearly. Anyway, that's one challenge that I have here at times. And the other challenge, which I've hit on before, and I've had many comments, and I'm trying to get out this sunny because it's blinding me. It's a beautiful day, but it's all muddy on the floor because we had 3 or 4 days, of non-stop rain, literally. Let me go on in this shade here, underneath the coconut tree, of course. Stupid place to stand, but the tree is bent that way, so the coconuts will fall down there. Yeah, having conversations with my wife sometimes, like this bank transfer right now. And I love their way of not worrying, it's traveling, which it is traveling in a sense, it is traveling. But, trying to get some support in the way of this conversation. it's travelling. Just, don't worry about it. Wait, wait. Yeah, it's just a Western thing. We are very impatient people, aren't we? We are very impatient. And I can't get my way out of that. I just can't seem to get my Western way of impatience out of me. I've learned to live here. I've learned to to put up with the things that I put up with, waiting and all that kind of stuff, and things not being done as they are in my own country. I'm used to that. I've accepted that. But sometimes you just need a bit of support, don't you? Like a bit of support from the person that you're with, or some wise words. Well, I never get any of that. I don't know about you guys, but everything is just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. Yeah. Also, as well, I want to just talk briefly about this. Is one of the people here, and he lives in the bush. You never normally see him very often, but there was dogs going missing. I'm saying this because of that guy last night. Now, I don't know if he takes the dogs. I don't think so. But there was dogs going missing here. Street dogs. Probably not a bad thing. But I said to one of my friends here, I said, there's not so many dogs here no more. I said, has the dog warden come round? I said, no, Stephen, the dog warden never comes round here. I said, they've probably been eaten. What? He said, they've probably been eaten. And I says, by whom? And he says, oh, there's a guy who lives right at the top. He says, he just comes and takes the dogs sometimes and just bashes them. And I thought, oh my goodness. So, yes, that's a thing that happens here. I think it's illegal actually, but yes, it happens here. People eat the dogs, and I just can't accept that. Like in myself, I mean, I've accepted it's the way here, but dogs to me it's like my family. It's like eating a member of your family. Again, I'm only a guest here. I don't, make a big deal of things. But yeah, it happens, guys. It happens, especially here in these provinces. Maybe in the bigger cities, no. But here, definitely. Definitely. And, do we take things too seriously? Westerners. I mean, I don't mean the dog eating, because that's just a terrible thing, in my opinion. But, I mean, take things too seriously when we expect things to be happening and they don't. I know we're in the Philippines, and it's just different here to a degree. But it's hard to get that Western way out of me. Maybe, some of you guys have that issue as well. Maybe you do. I mean, I love it here. I would never move away from here. And, these issues that I have, sometimes, I keep it to myself. Pointless talking to my wife about it. Pointless. Absolutely pointless. So I keep it to myself. And it is challenging here. It is. I don't care what no one says. It is quite challenging with certain aspects of things. But it's not that challenging where I want to leave. And, many foreigners come here and they just go back home. And, I can't blame them, some of them, because it's not it's not what we're used to. And some people cannot adapt. Some people can't adapt, guys, I've adapted in many ways, but like I said, there's some things I do find challenging and I can't adapt to that. I just keep it to myself. And it can be very frustrating. When you're keeping problems to yourself sometimes, it can be very frustrating. But I can understand how, some foreigners come here, they stay for a while. It could even be a few years, and they probably think, that's it, I've had enough. I'm going back home, I'm going back to reality. Or I'm going back to normality, should I say. But I love it here. You've got to take the good with the bad and the rough with the smooth. And that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. But I mean, any of you guys, if you've had problems with international transfers in the Philippines, and how long do they take? And mine is from America, okay? And like I said, normally it's in on the Tuesday, and or Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. It hasn't arrived. It's not, like I said, it's not the amount of money. It's just concerning why I haven't got it, and I can't find out if it's been sent back, if there's a problem. But I don't think there's a problem because I've received money from these before. I'm going to walk in here because it's all muddy and dirty down there. This is the garden that we've got to sort out. Got to sort this out. Because there'll be snakes in here probably. And right now they would be coming out sunning themselves, getting themselves warm before they go back into the bamboo. There's no bamboo here, it's all been cut down. When I was building my house, I used the bamboo as scaffolding. Because that's where they normally go, these cobras in the bamboo. So I've been told. I've never seen one. I don't want to see one either. I'll be the first running down there like a bat out of hell. Oh, cockerels! So I'm going to finish the video here, guys, because the cockerels are cockerelling, and I don't want you to be upset by it. So, guys, listen, yeah, please subscribe, like, and share. Only if you want to. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And it's good to be back on YouTube. I've been off here for a week or so or something. I thought I'd just make a video of that. There again, under the coconut tree. I'm just... walk fastly over it. I'm a liability, guys. I am. I'm a liability to myself. I know they're there, and I keep walking under them, and not just walking under them, standing under them. So, guys, take good care wherever you are, and good health to you all. Thank you, people. Bye-bye.